Hello, welcome children. Welcome to class 6 MS Excel computer class. Let us start the second part of the chapter editing worksheet MS Excel. So now before starting the next chapter or the next topic, let me revise what we have said in MS Excel. As you all know, Excel is a spreadsheet which is mainly used for mathematical calculation. So what is the work area of the MS Excel looks like? It looks like a tabular column which consists of rows and columns. So why do we have these rows and columns? Because as I mentioned earlier, we know that spreadsheet or the MS Excel application is mainly meant for mathematical calculation. So the work area is in the form of a tabular column, which is nothing but the intersection of a row and a column. It will be very easy for us to enter our data and do the mathematical calculation. Now naturally, when it consists of rows and columns, many times we may or we would have forgotten to enter some data, or some extra data must be entered in our worksheet. So in that case, we should know how to add the extra rows or columns, or if any extra data is added in the form of rows and columns, how to remove or delete a row and a column. So this is what the screen is displaying. After typing the data in the worksheet, many times we may have to insert the additional data by inserting a row or a column. So it's very easy, children. Let us see how it can be done in this class. We can insert a row by selecting a row. What is a row? Do you all recollect? Row is nothing but a horizontal, that is a horizontal row where you are entering the data. And how are you naming the rows? Do you all recollect? Yes, the rows are named by numbers 1, 2, 3 and so on. So how do we insert extra row? And always you remember, the row or the empty row is inserted above the cell pointer, above the selection. So it says we can insert a row by selecting a row, that is, place your cell pointer in a row, go to insert tab, select insert sheet rows option. The row is inserted above the selected row. So where is the new row inserted? Always it is above the cell pointer. Now in the similar way, we can also insert empty column. So whenever you are inserting or adding a extra column, remember the empty column is always inserted to the left of your cell pointer. Row is inserted above the selection, that is above the cell pointer, but a blank column is inserted to the left of the cell pointer. So what is the procedure for doing this? Let us see. To insert a column, select a column. That is, wherever you need a column, okay, keeping in mind that the column is selected to the left of your selection, place your cell pointer, click on the insert button in the group of home tab, choose insert sheet columns. You see that a new column is inserted. So to recap, column is always inserted to the left of the cell pointer, row is inserted above the cell pointer. So depending upon the requirement of your rows or the columns, you have to be very careful in placing your cell pointer. It's very simple. Now let us see how do we copy the data. What do you mean by copying? In your lower classes also you have done a lot of copying and pasting work, lot of moving and pasting. So initially you should know what is the difference between copying and moving. So in the previous class you have seen that whenever you are copying the data, you can make multiple copies or duplicate copies, triplicate copies of your original data, but your original data is always untouched. What do you mean by this? Your original data will be intact, that is in the same position, but your multiple copies can be made wherever you need. So copying the data means duplicating the data either in the same worksheet or different worksheet. That means if you have got more than one worksheet, you can copy the data from the first worksheet and copy on to the second worksheet or the third worksheet. It can be done very easily. So how do we do this? Select the range of cell you need to make a copy. That means whichever data you need, first select that particular data. You have to highlight the data, that is the selection. Click on the copy icon. So on the clipboard group of your home tab, you see the copy icon, children. So just click that. That means you're copying the selected data. Then take your cell pointer wherever you need to create a duplicate copy and click at the paste option. So how did we do this? First select the data, copy the data, take your cell pointer to the new place wherever you need to make a duplicate copy and click at the paste option in the same group. That's it, very simple. We can make multiple copies of the same data by clicking at the paste option repeatedly. So remember, you have to click at copy only once and repeatedly you have to click at paste option to get more than one copy. We find that original data is intact with the multiple copies. Now let us see what is moving the data. Moving the data means to change the position of the data either in the same sheet or in a different worksheet. So always remember, moving the data will physically move the data from its original position to a new place. So that is the difference between copying the data and moving the data. So moving the data changes the position of the data either in the same sheet or in a different worksheet. Copying and moving can also be done with the shortcut keys. What are the shortcut keys? Let us see. To copy the data to any cell, we can use shortcut keys Ctrl C and Ctrl V. See the combination? Ctrl C for copying, Ctrl V for pasting. For moving the data, Ctrl X and Ctrl V. Now the combination will be Ctrl X and Ctrl V. C for copy, X for cut, V for pasting. Where do you see the control key? It's on the keyboard. What do you mean by plus C, plus X and plus V? Along with the control key, you have to also click at the letter mention. Now let us see the last topic of the day, autofill feature. As the name suggests, autofill feature is nothing but filling the given data automatically in the cells below, that is column wise or in the horizontal way. What is the use of this actually? See, whenever you need to type the data, say from 1 to 10,000 or whatever, you need not waste your time by typing the data. You can fill the data in the cells automatically. Let us see how do we do this. Let me take a simple example where we are going to fill your column B with the months of the year. So for this, just you have to type January, February, the first 2 months of the year. Select both the data. Take your cell pointer to the corner of February, right bottom corner. You get a fill handle. Just drag it down till you get all the 12 months. So this is how you do autofill feature. So similarly, you can also fill the numeric data, alphabetic data, say days of the week, months of the year, or any multiplication tables you can do. You can also practically try out this by typing various multiplication tables. So we are all very comfortable with the multiplication tables 1 to 20. If you want the result for say 43 multiplication table, just you can type the first two numbers 43 and next one will be 86. Select both, click at the fill handle and drag it till 10. You get the multiplication table of 46. Sorry, this is the use of your autofill. Autofill will fill the data automatically. So hope you all understood. What all have we learned in today's class? we have done the revision of our Excel. We have learned how to insert a new column and a new row, and also we have learned how to copy and move the data and paste it. Difference between copying and moving the data. Also we have seen what is autofill. So now I have taught you theoretically. Children, just see that you all practice these three simple commands at home very thoroughly. You find it very easy. Thank you. Stay safe. Take care. See you